You think Coca-Cola, you think sugary fizz, refreshment, Americana. You don't think vineyards and vintages, but that's where they went. Late 70s, Coke decided to swap soda for Sauvignon. A curveball, right? Big companies, they get restless. Even when raking it in, they crave more. Coca-Cola, king of pop, wanted a taste of something different. This is the story of that thirst, and how it backfired. By the 1970s, Coca-Cola was a titan. Their logo iconic, their product everywhere. But business ain't sentiment. Big players, they're like sharks. Gotta keep moving. Coke's execs, they saw the writing on the wall. Relying only on soda was risky. Health trends shifting, consumers changing, they needed new flavors, new markets, enter the wine world. 1977, Coca-Cola took the plunge. Acquired Wine Spectrum, a California-based wine outfit. Not just any wines, mind you, they were aiming upscale. Think Taylor California Cellars, Sterling Vineyards. Early days, things looked promising, sales bubbled up, Coke's distribution muscle flexed, they even innovated pushing screw-top bottles before they were cool. Was this the start of a beautiful relationship? Nah. Turns out selling soda and selling wine, different beasts entirely. Coke's corporate culture all about mass production and marketing blitz. Wine? It's about patience, nuance, tradition. Oil and water? Coke's marketing guys used to slapping a logo on everything. Wine lovers, they sniff at that. Authenticity matters, heritage, Coke's aggressive tactics. They left a bad taste. Section 5. Navigating the grapevine maze. Regulations and realities. The wine business, it's got more rules than a prison yard. Licensing, distribution, taxes, a real headache. Coke, used to calling the shots, hit bureaucratic walls everywhere they turned. Each state its own liquor laws, competing interests, lobbying. Coke found themselves in a political minefield. This wasn't their turf, and it showed. Section 6. Brand confusion, when Coke didn't pop. Here's the biggie: brand identity. Coke spent decades building their image. Fun, refreshing, family-friendly wine, sophistication, indulgence, maybe a touch of snobbery, didn't mix. Imagine you're thirsty for a Coke, see a bottle of Taylor California Cellars by Coca-Cola. Appetizing? Not really. Coke's name on the label? It cheapened the wine, confused the customer. Marketing 101 fail. Section 7. Profit pinch, the high cost of fine wine. In the world of beverages, not all drinks are created equal. While some are churned out in massive quantities, others require a more delicate touch and a lot more time. Take Coke, for instance. Their game is all about high volume and low margins. They produce millions of bottles every day, flooding the market with their fizzy, sugary concoctions. Soda is cheap to make and sells by the gallon. The ingredients are basic, the production process is streamlined, and the distribution network is vast. It's a well-oiled machine designed to maximize efficiency and profit. Wine, especially the good stuff, isn't like that. Fine wine is a labor of love, requiring years of careful cultivation, aging, and craftsmanship. Each bottle tells a story of the land, the weather, and the skill of the winemaker. Vineyards need to be meticulously maintained, the grapes harvested at just the right moment, and the wine aged in barrels for years. Skilled labor is essential at every step, from the vineyard to the cellar. All these factors add up, making fine wine an expensive endeavor. Coke, on the other hand, is used to cranking out profits with their efficient, high-speed production lines. They can afford to sell their product at a low price, because they make up for it in volume. Wine Spectrum, despite having decent sales, couldn't match that pace. The wine industry moves at a slower, more deliberate pace, which doesn't always sit well with the fast-paced expectations of Wall Street. Investors started grumbling, questioning the profitability of such a time-intensive product. Coke's shareholders, accustomed to their quick returns and steady growth, wanted their sugar rush, not a slow sip. They were looking for immediate gratification, something the wine industry simply couldn't provide. The high cost of fine wine, both in terms of money and time, was a tough sell to those used to the fast lane. Section 8. Last call for Wine Spectrum, exiting the vineyard. As the sun sets over the vineyard, we reach the final chapter of Coca-Cola's foray into the wine business. It was a bold move, one that promised a new horizon for the beverage giant. But as with many ventures, not all that glitters is gold. By the mid-80s, the writing was on the wall. The initial excitement had waned, and the market was not as receptive as Coke had hoped. The wine industry, with its deep-rooted traditions and discerning consumers, proved to be a tough nut to crack. Coke's wine adventure? Not so refreshing. The company faced numerous challenges, from understanding the nuances of wine production to meeting the high expectations of wine enthusiasts. The disconnect between a brand known for its sugary sodas and the sophisticated world of wine was evident. Sales plateaued, profits lagged, the brand image took a hit. Time to cut bait. Despite their best efforts, the numbers didn't lie. The venture was draining resources and not delivering the expected returns. The decision-makers at Coca-Cola had to face the hard truth. It was time to exit. In 1983, Coke sold off Wine Spectrum. The announcement was met with mixed reactions. Some saw it as a smart business move, while others viewed it as a retreat. But for Coca-Cola, it was a necessary step to refocus on their core strengths. No big fanfare, no victory lap. The exit was quiet, almost subdued. There were no grand celebrations or public acknowledgments of the lessons learned. It was a chapter they were ready to close and move on from. They licked their wounds, counted their losses, and went back to what they knew. The experience, though challenging, was not without its merits. It provided valuable insights and reinforced the importance of sticking to what they excelled at. The wine world? They left that to the experts. The vineyards continued to thrive under new ownership, managed by those who lived and breathed wine. Coca-Cola, on the other hand, returned to its roots, focusing on beverages that had made it a household name. The venture into wine was a detour, a brief exploration into an unfamiliar territory. But in the end, they realized that some paths are best left to those who truly understand them. Section 9. Lessons learned, the bitter aftertaste of diversification. Coke's wine escapade? A cautionary tale. Sometimes even giants stumble. In the 1970s, Coca-Cola, the global soft drink behemoth, decided to venture into the wine business. They acquired several wineries in California, hoping to diversify their portfolio and tap into the lucrative wine market. The idea seemed promising at first. After all, who wouldn't want to enjoy a glass of wine from a brand they already trusted? They learned the hard way. Sticking to your strengths ain't sexy, but it's often smart. The wine industry, however, proved to be a different beast altogether. Unlike the soda market, which Coca-Cola had mastered, the wine business required a deep understanding of viticulture, terroir, and the nuances of winemaking. Coca-Cola's approach, which worked wonders for soft drinks, didn't translate well to the world of fine wines. Diversification's important, but it's gotta make sense. The company's foray into wine was met with mixed reviews. While some appreciated the effort, many wine enthusiasts felt that Coca-Cola's wines lacked the authenticity and craftsmanship that smaller, dedicated wineries offered. The brand's image, synonymous with sugary sodas, didn't resonate with the sophisticated wine-drinking audience. Brand alignment, market understanding, operational know-how, it all matters. Coca-Cola's venture into the wine industry highlighted the importance of brand alignment. Their core identity as a soft drink manufacturer clashed with the refined, artisanal nature of winemaking. Moreover, their lack of deep market understanding and operational expertise in the wine sector became evident. The company struggled to produce wines that could compete with established brands that had been perfecting their craft for generations. Coke's wine experiment? A reminder that even with the best intentions, sometimes you just gotta know when to walk away from the table. In the end, Coca-Cola decided to sell off their wine assets and refocus on their core business. The experience served as a valuable lesson in the importance of understanding one's strengths and the challenges of diversification. While it's essential to explore new opportunities, it's equally crucial to recognize when a venture isn't aligning with your brand's identity and expertise.